After buying Rishabh Pant for 27 crores, Sanjeev Goenka had said, as soon as we learned that Delhi Capitals wouldn't retain Pant, we began planning our team around him. I believe Pant is a fantastic leader. We haven't seen his best captaincy yet. We got him for rupees 27 crore, but we would have spent 28 crore if needed. However, after the conclusion of the IPL, the Lucknow Super Giants owner might now be thinking, well, at least I saved rupees 1 crore because the remaining 27 crore seem to have gone to waste. Pant scored a total of just 269 runs in 14 matches. Mathematically, each run cost Goenka nearly rupees 10 lakh. Before Tuesday night's final game, that figure was even worse, 18 lakhs per run. Pant's unbeaten 118 of 61 balls against Royal Challengers Bengaluru helped salvage some pride. It was only in the very last moment that Rishabh truly arrived. His innings included 11 fours and 8 sixes, most shots played cleanly from the middle of the bat. While it saved his reputation to some extent, it couldn't save the team's life in the tournament. After scoring the century, Pant removed his gloves and helmet and did a somersault in the air. He spread both arms like wings and looked skyward with a satisfied smile. He looked relieved. The TV cameras panned to the VIP box of Lucknow, but Goenka was nowhere to be seen. Ironically, he had waited the entire IPL for such a performance, but he didn't turn up for this final, inconsequential match. After the game, Goenka posted just one word on social media: fantastic. Pant had been in poor form throughout the IPL. Despite this, Goenka had to appear after every defeat with a smile talking to his captain. Even though he occasionally showed frustration in the VIP box, he had to pat Pant on the back after each match. What was truly comfortable inside? Likely not. He was haunted by the ghost of KL Rahul. Last season, Rahul captained Lucknow. After one particular loss, Goenka publicly rebuked Rahul on the field. We didn't hear what he said, but his gestures made it clear that there was little elderly affection in them. Goenka is one of the India's most successful businessmen. It's natural for him to expect returns on his IPL investment, but no one expected him to lose his cool publicly. He was widely criticized for it. The Goenka-Rahul spat became a hot topic, both in cricketing circles and on social media. Later, Goenka invited Rahul to dinner at his home, seemingly to end the tension on a sweet note, but it didn't work. Rahul has since moved to Delhi. Goenka, in search of a new leader, chose Pant. He had said, we need a captain who believes in his ability, someone fearless and destructive with the bat. Rishabh has all of that. Pant sat to Goenka's right during this endorsement. Coach Justin Langer sat to his left. Goenka said, without Pant, there would be no Indian batter in the Lucknow team capable of carrying the innings. He's the one around whom we're building the entire side. However, the reality of the tournament turned out to be far from those expectations. Far from destructive batting, before the match against Bengaluru, Pant had only scored 150 runs in 13 matches. In 7 of them, he didn't even reach double digits. He batted indecisively, couldn't pick the right shots, failed to get behind the line of the ball and got out to routine deliveries. As a wicketkeeper too, he failed by dropping catches and missing simple stumpings. He took only 5 catches and made 1 stumping. Pant seemed to be suffering from a lack of confidence, something that naturally happens when one is out of form. It wasn't just the Lucknow management that was so hopeful about Pant, so were the cricket fans. Indian team coach Gautam Gambhir didn't play him even one Champions Trophy match before the IPL. Many thought Pant, having lost his place in the India's playing 11, would respond with a strong IPL season. But instead, he's landed himself in a position where he must now answer questions. And Pant, he didn't seem to make any effort to correct himself. Despite repeated failures, he didn't try changing his game. He frequently shuffled the team's batting order but never considered dropping himself. He opened in some matches, batted at the usual number 4 in others, and even came out in number 7 in a few. He kept experimenting in search of runs, kept changing tactics but never found success. After Lucknow were knocked out of playoff contention, Pant blamed injuries to bowlers and a lack of consistency in the attack. He never publicly acknowledged or criticized his own poor performance. Goenka didn't retain Rahul after his failure to deliver, so what now for Pant's future? Rumours during the IPL suggested that Lucknow might release Pant ahead of the next season. However, India's vice captain on the England tour brushed off such speculation, saying all baseless talk. He may not be wrong. Firstly, that century has lifted him considerably. In fact, apart from his performance with the bat, he also upheld the spirit of the game by reversing a mankading appeal by his bowler. Final impression matters the most, and in that sense, Pant made his mark. Secondly, replacing Pant would mean finding another Indian player, which is difficult since Lucknow's overseas quota is already full and other franchisees won't release their Indian stars. Thirdly, Goenka, known for his sharp business acumen, is unlikely to discard Pant after just one poor season, especially after that captain-like performance in the final match. Perhaps this late century marks the beginning of Pant's comeback next season. After all, he is the man who made an almost miraculous return from a near-fatal car accident. His name is Rishabh Pant after all.